Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your boy Lamb and Camel for
What's up?
a special edition of BTW talking about WWE Fastlane 2019. It just happened.
Yeah, it literally just went off.
Yeah, it finished
So we're
minutes
just gonna
ago.
review it. Colin's not here mainly because Colin can't commit to anything, and he's probably asleep and/or playing that Euro game or Pokemon.
Or the MMA simulator game.
Mm-hmm. What a sad life.
So yeah, I believe the first match was Um, mm, was it Mandy versus Asuka? Was that the first
It
one?
was not. All
Oh
right, this was
shit!
Fastlane 2019, March 10th. It took place in Cleveland, Ohio, which came into place in the first match. Shane and The Miz versus the Usos.
Oh yeah, this was when I was making food.
Oh shit! What were you making?
I was making some mac and cheese. Not your Kraft boxed mac and cheese, but a
Oh yeah,
homemade
Kraft sucks.
recipe.
Was it
Uh,
creamy or was it chunky?
it was a nice in between, I would say.
All right, I feel that.
Yeah, I you know, threw some cheese in there, threw some breadcrumbs on top, threw it in the oven. You know how it is. It was a pretty
Oh yeah,
good
oh yeah.
meal. But yeah, when I was watching, I looked over and I saw Seth, or not Seth. Oh, that was later. I looked
Yeah,
over and I saw the Miz and the Usos doing some moves.
yeah. The Miz is not Seth.
And then I looked back again and I was like, wait a minute. It looks like Shane's beating up the Miz. And then that
Yeah,
was
that
pretty
didn't
much
happen.
all I got from that match.
All right. Yeah, we had Shane and Miz versus the Usos. The biggest babyface in all of wrestling today was on the front row, and it is none other than Mr. Miz, the Miz's dad. This
Yeah,
guy's an
he's a
absolute
beast.
beast. But he's there to support his son, who he's finally proud of, in the Miz's home city of Cleveland, Ohio. The Usos come out. I still can't tell them apart, so I'm just going to refer to them as either an Uso or the Uso or Uso.
What about
Uh,
Oos?
yeah, Uso would work too. Uh, Shane and Jimmy are starting for some reason. We're gonna have Shane get blown out immediately. Shane starts shooting hard and just starts potatoing this guy. You know how Shane does.
Yeah, he's got really good strikes.
Oh yeah, he's definitely rolling some punches. We got a Mrs. Awesome chant as Miz stood on the side of the apron. This crowd really loved the Miz. Obviously, it's his hometown. The Miz was busting out some new moves you've never seen before. He did some springboard corner sunset flip thing. I think it I think it backfired, however, or something. Uh, Shane is over there having a heart attack, and they go for a tag team move. I forgot the name of it, but oh, it's the heart attack actually.
Oh wow,
And
the heart attack.
yeah, the Heart Foundation. They start beating down on Shane though, the Usos that is. The Miz gets taunted by an Uso, and the Miz is absolutely seething because of this. Shane is dying on the ringside as usual, but he manages to hit a float over DDT. We get a hot tag. Miz with a white hot baby face comeback. He does a top rope dive to the outside for his hometown and his dad.
Oh yeah, that's awesome.
He gets double super kicked, however.
This is
Then
awesome.
Shane rains down the punches. Ref misses a pin because he's checking on Shane because Shane is dying. And Miz goes for the figure four but gets posted sadly. Usos hits Shane midair. Miz listens to his dad and tries to frog splash, but it gets revulsed, and the Usos pin Miz for the win.
Wait, so he was calling spots?
The Miz's dad, yeah, he's all go for a frog splash, and he went for it, and he got revulsed.
Yeah,
It was all Dad's fault.
yeah, so I also it was a conscious effort to miss this match because
Mm-hmm.
I
You
refuse
hate
to
Shane.
support Shane McMahon.
What the heck? Why does everybody hate Shane?
He's
He's a good man.
no, he's not.
Oh
He's
my
like
gosh.
50 and he's still
That is true.
wrestling and he's doing like he's like Mick Fol or no, he's like Abyss with thumbtacks, dude. He just
This.
every match he's got to do a coast to coast and it's just no one cares anymore. It's not impressive. It's not cool. It's just like boring as hell watching this old sweaty piece of trash make his way
Oh,
around the ring like a freaking I don't
like a
know,
what?
like a old geezer, dude.
Oh,
He's
he
a
just needs to work on his
freaking.
cardio. That's all.
Well, that's the
He did.
problem. He doesn't have any cardio because he's 50.
He actually did not successfully hit the coast to coast in this match. He did go for it, but got drop kicked out of the O by an Uso.
Yeah, which. Well, no, I think he hit the Uso with the coast to coast in midair. He didn't get. Shane didn't get drop
Well, one
kicked.
of them blocked the other.
I saw the footage.
I may have looked away for a
Shane
second.
got Uso. I saw because they did a replay later. Shane got Uso, but then yeah, so that's why he freaked out
Either
on
way,
Miz and started beating him up. And it's like that was the worst part of the whole thing because you wanna make me believe that Shane can beat the hell out of Miz. Like Miz could take Shane.
I kind of believe that. I mean, I feel like it'd be a pretty fair fight.
Yeah, and then Shane even pushed Miz's dad, which was very weird. He like,
He started choking him out.
yeah, he grabbed his cheeks and was like, "That's your son, huh?" And he
Grabbed his
like,
cheeks. What in
yeah,
the hell?
yeah, he had his
We have
hands
some
on
cheek
like
grabbing later on.
he had his hands on his cheeks, dude, and then he's all like, "This your son?" And then he pushed him down. Like you can't be assaulting fans like that.
Hell no. He's just a fan. Maybe he was like a stunt fan, you know?
Yeah, I thought it was really weird, but that would be the theme of the night, dude. People getting mad at each other.
Everybody's pissed at everybody.
Oh
So
yeah.
then we got a nice WrestleMania hype video. We got Corbin, Lashley, and that other dude McIntyre doing a Shield type promo. We had a nice Elias segment where he got some cheap heat by mentioning Owlboy LeBron James. What are your thoughts on his mentioning LeBron James?
I think I missed that one. I saw the other two though, where he's talking about stuff. He's performing and whatnot. But yeah, I missed that
He
one.
performed 3 times.
Yeah, I saw the other two, but I missed
As a
that one.
Lakers fan, would you have marked out if you had told this?
No. I don't I'm not a big LeBron fan. I'm a Laker fan, not a LeBron fan.
Mm-hmm.
So, but yeah, I'm sure it was a nice one right to the jugular of Cleveland. I hate
Mm-hmm.
Cleveland, so
Cleveland was seething. They did not like this LeBron James mention. We get a hype video for Raw for some reason. And then we had Kofi talking to Mr. McMahon.
yeah,
Or getting told that he was talking to Mr. McMahon. They talked to him later.
well, that was the pre-show where they showed
Yeah.
that.
Pre-show also Rusev and Nakamura were beaten by the New Day. So it's a good thing they formed that tag team. They're really doing well.
Yeah, they're red hot right now. It's a Rusev day. Yes, it is.
Nice one. Nice one.
But yeah, they the New Day barged into Vince's office and they were all like, "Hey, man, like you gotta give our boy a match." And then he was all like, "Okay, guys, tonight's title match is a triple threat match and it's starting right now." And then they all ran out there, or Kofi did, and then it turned out to be a handicap match. Woo! It was
Whoa.
the Bar versus Kofi in an all-out domination of Kofi Kingston. Kofi
But
did get some
that's not
offense
till
in though.
later because Mandy Rose and Asuka happened before that.
Oh, really? I thought.
Yeah.
Okay,
No, you thought wrong.
so Mandy's entrance starts, and I start marking out because Sonya
Cause
Deville
Sonya
looks
Deville.
fantastic tonight. She looks like
They're
a
both looking like snacks.
yeah,
This is the
Sonya.
lesbian couple I want to support.
Yeah, I'll have everyone know that I've been a Sonya fan this whole time. Camel, I think, is jumping on the bandwagon though. Um,
Yeah, she's not a full blown dyke anymore. She's she kind of looks pretty.
yeah, she's always looked that good. Just Camel doesn't. Camel's not into like the unique looks like I am. I like a nice unique look.
Yeah, like Nia Jax.
Like Ruby Riot's a little bit too unique, but Sonya's at like right before like on the unique scale, like where it starts becoming
Ruby Riott.
passable, and that's where Sonya's at, and she is just
Yep.
wonderful. Huge
So,
Sonya fan.
Asuka was Asuka in this match. She did her whole slaps or punches or strikes or kicks or Asian screaming. She's just being her fat self.
You're not ready for Oscar.
Yeah, she said that a couple times.
Um, yeah, Asuka is doing all of her Asuka stuff, and then apparently okay, so I'll let you guys know. This is when I switched tabs and muted the match, okay? And then
Oh my gosh.
um,
What were you watching instead, huh?
I think I was on Twitter or something. I don't remember what I was
You had to
doing.
mute it for Twitter.
Well, I mute when I leave the tab just because I don't like listening to the commentary. Um,
Okay, fair enough. The
So I
commentary is pretty
switch
awful.
back. I switch back, and then the ring apron is at like a weird angle or something, and yeah, and Asuka pins her, and I was like, "Whoa, what happened?" So they showed the
Yep.
replay.
Getting straight to the end of the match. Asuka pinned Mandy Rose.
Yeah, they showed the replay, and Mandy tripped over the ring apron.
Yeah. So what happened was, our girl Sonya Deville was trying to assist Mandy. She distracted Asuka throughout the match. Although Mandy did throw some pretty impressive suplexes on this fat Asian woman. And she busted out the old octopus. You know what that is, Lemon?
She's not fat. Asuka's
She's
not
dude.
fat.
She's freaking huge.
You don't know what fat women look like if you think Asuka's fat.
So Sonya keeps checking under the ring as well. To which Corey responded she was checking for rats or ninjas. I don't know what that was
That's
about.
a shoot? He said that?
I think that's a shoot. Yeah, no, he said that. He legitimately said that.
That's pretty racist.
Um, yeah, I guess it could be. I mean, like Alexa Bliss could have been under there, or Shinsuke Nakamura, rats and ninjas,
Yeah.
because Alexa's Jewish and Shinsuke's Asian. But what happened was she found a kendo stick. This is Sonya Deville. She was gonna pass poor girl Mandy the kendo stick, but Mandy slips on the ring apron because she's a pinhead, and Asuka freaking owns her
Hmm.
and won the match.
Yeah, and then Sonya was trying to be like, Mandy, I'll scissor you later. Don't worry about it. She's all like, I don't want to hear it, and it was really awkward, seeing
Damn,
a
I didn't hear that part. I will have to
yeah.
go back
She
and
was all
watch.
like, Mandy, I'll eat you out. Don't worry about it. And
What the hell?
And Mandy was all like, my WWE Women's SmackDown Championship, you cost me it. And then
Yeah,
Sonya was
Mandy
all
was
like,
pissed.
yeah, Sonya was all like, I'm sorry, dude. Like, come on, don't be like this.
I'm sorry.
And then Mandy gave her the hand.
What do you mean gave her the hand? What does that
She
mean?
like put her hand up and was like, don't even.
Put her hand down her trunks or something? What is...
No, that
Oh, that...
didn't that might have happened backstage, but we don't know
Oh,
that.
I wish I did. So next we had the New Day talking to Mr. McMahon.
I
Uh,
already talked about this.
Lamb already went over this because he likes to do things in a non-chronological
Yeah, we
way.
we teased
We're
it and
doing
then
like we're going
we
Quentin
went back.
Tarantino tonight.
Yeah, we teased it and then we went
Uh,
back to the actual thing that happened after. So picking up where I left off, Kofi runs out there and then the camera guy or something is like, "Hey, dude, it's not actually the WWE title match. It's a handicap match with the Bar up against Kofi Kingston." And those are pretty insurmountable odds for Kofi. Kofi did end up getting some offense in, but we found out that Cesaro and Sheamus apparently hate black people because
excuse me.
they were unusually aggressive in this handicap match. I don't know why they have beef, but they were just going hard on Kofi. They wouldn't even pin him. They went for a pin and then they lifted him back up, started yelling racial slurs at him. It was
Oh my
very
gosh.
uncomfortable to watch. And then they won, but not until the New Day ran out, and then the other two foreign guys, Rusev and Shinsuke Nakamura.
The only other two foreign guys.
Yeah, the whole gimmick of them not being American, which makes them bad guys, a very
Are we gonna?
original
Do you think we're
gimmick.
gonna get the second coming of the League of Nations?
I hope so. That'd be cool.
Oh, that would be times. We could get Andrade in there.
Yeah.
Holy fucking base.
So the New Day got owned basically. They just got fucking
Yeah.
destroyed by Rusev and Nakamura. Oh, like the tag team part of the New Day. The non tag team part was getting owned by the Bar. So yeah, so
Everybody got. This was extremely boring to watch. The crowd chanted, "This is boring."
yeah, it was an awful match.
Yeah, it was a waste of time.
I was like, cause I got worked. Cause I was like, oh shoot, they're actually gonna put Kofi in the match tonight, and then it's like, oh wait, I got swerved.
Yeah, you got swerved hard, you geek.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
thought they were actually
he's
gonna
getting the
put him in
match
the
at
match.
Mania, dude.
Yeah, it's so telegraphed now that Kofi's winning at Mania. Like it's not even worth watching, honestly. I mean, if I was like
Yeah, I'm
12,
just not gonna
maybe.
watch Mania anymore.
Yeah, if I was like 12, I'd be like super into it. But I already know it's gonna happen. And this is like not even. It's not even like this is the only storyline on the show that is like this. There's multiple. There's another one too, which is also botched horribly. Which we'll be talking about that in a little bit.
I'm very curious to know which one that is.
Oh
But
yeah.
yeah, the Bar wins. We are then cut to the back where we get an interview with Sashetti and Bayletti. They give a shout out to Kofi Kingston for being black and not letting the white man keep him
Yeah,
down.
yeah, Bailey was all like, my brother. Shout outs to
I
you.
think she said brother actually. Like
Yeah,
she put a weird like
yeah,
Ebonics
yeah, it was
twang
weird.
on it.
She started like quoting Black Panther and all this other shit. I thought it was pretty unnecessary. Um, Bailey also was all like Wakanda forever at the end of the promo, which was really
Yeah,
weird.
that's the Black Panther thing.
Yeah, but she was quoting other parts from the movie that only people who have seen the movie would get, because I didn't get it. But it was really weird. It was like this weird, like, African speech that she did. And she also had these stars on her forehead. I don't know what that was
Oh yeah,
about.
I don't know what that's about either. She's
Like,
had those for a couple weeks now though.
yeah, she wears stars on her forehead. I don't know what that's about. And then she is all like, Yeah, we're here to stay as WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. These belts mean everything to us. And then she let Sasha talk, and Sasha was all like, "Yeah, we're gonna stay WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. These belts mean everything to us." It was really weird. Like they copied each other. I don't
They
know.
said the exact same thing. Maybe they read the script wrong and thought that line was for both of them.
Yeah, I think the prompter glitched out. I don't know what was
Yeah.
going on, but yeah. They're very interesting tag team champions, that's for sure. And then
Uh,
they finished it by being like, "You ain't nothing. You're never gonna beat us.
no, I wrote that down.
We're the
Uh,
hug and
they,
sock connection."
they said they were going to be the greatest tag team champs of all time. That means men included. And I believe the quote you're looking for is, "Ain't no stronger connection than boss and hug connection."
Yeah, what's up with
Which
Bailey
Sasha
using a
says,
Bonix all of a sudden? What's up with
to
that?
which Sasha says, "And you can bank on that."
Oh yeah, yeah, I like you can bank on that. That was good. Uh, I don't know. I mean, they're fighting Tamina and Naya,
Freaking
so
Tamina and Nia. Oh my gosh.
was that match after that promo?
No. We got the tag team match after the
Uh,
Raw tag team match after.
yeah, yeah. Ricochet and Aleister Black did a really cringe promo during the pre-show. I actually watched some of the pre-show. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. Ricochet, like, you know
I didn't
how
see any of it.
Aleister Black does that whole, like, I don't know, weird way of talking that's really, like, Bray Wyatt-like sometimes?
Uh,
Or he's like,
well, he says wacky stuff.
yeah, he was saying some wacky stuff. Like, he wasn't talking like a regular guy, like Ricochet
Mm-hmm.
was, but instead of Ricochet, like, I don't know, looking weird or, like, looking intimidating or anything, he was just doing a Balor and he was smiling the whole time, like, right at the
Well,
camera.
it kind of has zero personality anyway, so I mean, it's probably best he just sits there and smiles.
Yeah, Ricochet's like, growing up in Kentucky, I really wanted a WWE championship. And then Aleister Black was all like, fade to black. It's really weird. Um, did you see Ricochet's
Yeah.
entrance?
Yes, I have seen it before.
That was my first time seeing it. I didn't understand it at all. I don't know
We
how
got
that
the
fits in
Elias segment.
thematically.
They made fun of New Day and Cleveland, and then we got the Ricochet entrance.
Oh.
What about it? Did not fit.
Like, what's his character? Why does he have a bunch of, like,
His character
lasers
is he's
surrounding him?
Ricochet. He's a high flyer. He's the high flyer. He's cool. That's it's kind of his gimmick.
Yeah, I just didn't understand, like, because it looked like he was, like, doing some sci-fi stuff.
No, not really a sci-fi thing. I'd say if anything, like Mustafa Ali has like a sci-fi thing going on, but he does not. It's kind of the same thing. Vanilla midgets like light shows apparently. Almas came out. Not Almas, fucking Black came out.
Yeah.
And he did his normal entrance, he rises with the candles and all that crap. I completely forgot Chad Gable and Robert Roode were a tag team in this match, but they're in the match as well. They do the glorious thing.
They're the former Raw Tag Team Champions.
Yes, they are. And they lost it to the Revival, who is the third and defending Raw tag team titles. A full team, that is. Yeah, this was a triple threat tag team match where only two teams can be in the ring at once, which is, I think, is a really dumb rule. I mean, there's not really much to say about this match other than it was a bunch of moves and it was pretty good.
You thought that was good?
I mean, it was a bunch of moves. They did some good moves.
Yeah, the one thing
It was fine. It wasn't like a bad match.
stuck out to me during this match is Renee was really struggling.
She's always struggling, though, to be fair.
She could only get one word in. Like, she would say one word and then Corey would start talking, and I thought that was pretty funny. But
Yeah,
yeah,
they like to banter, you know. Some good old banter.
yeah, Ricochet jumped over the turnbuckle. Everyone was losing their minds. I didn't
Yeah,
realize that Gable spanked Ricochet in midair, and so he
we
got
really
the
do that.
tag. Yeah, he
Oh
that's how he
yeah,
tagged his way in.
I
He had to
I do
spank him.
remember that now.
Um, I forget the rest of the moves, but yeah, there was a lot of like weird tag team moves where they were diving out, and also one of the revival guys jumped off the top rope.
I did not see that.
Yeah, he jumped off the top rope, and everyone's like, very uncharacteristic for the not bald guy in the revival. I forget his name.
Dash. I mean, not Dash. No, yeah, it was Dash. Dash Wilder.
Yeah, Dash and Dawson's. Um, but yeah, it was pretty. I guess it was okay. I liked after the match was over though. Because yeah, the revival ended up winning.
We had Ricochet doing his 540
Isn't
senton.
it at 6:30?
It might be.
I think it's the
Um,
6:30.
it probably is. And he also did a bunch of moonsaults as he always does. Yeah, it was a good flippy match. You know, there were a bunch of moves. This was a tag team spot fest.
Yeah, Aleister Black also kicked Robert Roode's head off.
Oh yeah, that's his move, the Black Mass.
Yeah, the Black Man.
What the hell?
That's what he calls it. He's like, Black Man.
Shit. Okay, next we had the U.S. title match. Truth versus Almas against Mysterio against our boy Samoa Joe. First thing I notice is Joe's hair is very curly and he very much needs a haircut.
Yeah, I don't think his hair's ever been that long, but something about these TNA guys, once they get to the E, they just never get a haircut again. Like we saw that with
Yeah.
AJ.
Except for Robert Roode. He didn't like the frizzy do.
Oh, yeah. Eric Young never shaved again after arriving in the WWE, and AJ never got a haircut. So maybe Samoa Joe's gonna try growing out his hair.
Yeah, he's gonna give it a shot.
But yeah, at the beginning of the match in the entrances, R-Truth came out super pumped, and Carmella even spit a few lines. She was getting down.
I didn't see her entrance, sadly. I did
Yeah,
not get to see Carmella rap.
yeah, Mella wasn't wearing a very out there outfit. I was hoping she'd
Revealing outfit.
Yeah, I was hoping she'd come out with some wrestling attire on, but she
Would
was
you say
wearing it.
she blew it tonight?
I think she did. I think she missed a big opportunity. Zelina, on the other hand, she was wearing some jeans that had like cuts in them,
Yep. She's a
and
cuddler.
she looked good. Um,
Such
uh,
a pig limping.
yeah, she looked mighty tasty.
Oh my gosh.
Um, and then Rey Mysterio doesn't have a woman in his life, and then neither does Samoa Joe. Samoa didn't bring
Samoa
Wendy
Joe
out.
will be bad for that. Yeah, he didn't bring Wendy out,
Yeah, it'd
sadly.
be cool if Wendy accompanied him to the ring. Um, this match had a lot of stuff going on, dude. They were a lot of wrestling moves, I would say, if I had to
Yeah.
assess
Yeah, a
that.
lot of multi-man matches on the show. Now that I look at it.
There
But
is
yeah,
this one move where Andrade somehow ended up on R-Truth's shoulders, and then Ray like did a hurricanrana.
Hurricane Rana.
Yeah, he did a hurricane rana, and that was cool. We got to see a 619 and then a 619 get completely no-selled. We got to see uh, Andrade do this thing where he jumps out of the ring and spins in midair. That was pretty cool.
Spins in midair.
Yeah, he did like a spinny maneuver in midair during his dive outside of the ring. And then also, Ray jumped off the top rope onto Andrade
Whoa,
and
that's insane.
did a Hurricane Rana again.
Yeah.
And Zelina was like, no, no, no. But Andrade couldn't hear her,
Oh
so
yeah.
she
She
got,
was getting real pissed.
yeah. And then Zelina tried to jump on R-Truth. And then there was a cat fight. And then Samoa Joe was like pinning Ray in the ring. And they all had to run and break it up. Because they were too busy breaking up their women's. And they weren't focusing on the match, aka why Samoa Joe is U.S. champion, because he doesn't have a woman in his life, while
Oh
R-Truth
my
and
gosh.
Andrade do, and it's holding
Are
them
you
back.
are you trying to get something off your chest right now, Lambert?
I'm just saying,
Is everything okay, dude?
I don't think Andrade and R-Truth are as focused as they should be when competing for such a prestigious title like the United States of
Yes, the
America
prestigious
Championship.
U.S. title. But yeah, Samoa Joe won after no selling a 619 and putting Rey Mysterio in the Coquina clutch.
That was like one of the grossest ratios of selling I've ever seen of
Oh,
all time. Like,
dude, you didn't mention R-Truth doing the John Cena combo.
oh yeah, that was a mark out moment. Yeah, R-Truth's hero John Cena, he had to pay
Yeah, this is
homage,
a
and
really good gimmick, I
I
gotta
like
say.
it. I think it's a great gimmick. But yeah, R-Truth, I thought he might win for a second, and then he was doing his own little scissors kick move too.
Yeah, the axe kick.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, this was like the grossest ratio of no selling I've ever seen, because Samoa Joe no sells the 619, and then Ray oversells the hell out of the Coquina clutch. Like, as soon as he got put in it, he died. He just stopped moving entirely, passed out, like within .5 seconds. So, I guess Ray's a good man for doing the job in such a dramatic fashion.
hmm He's a good man. Next we had
Oh wait,
Sasha Haley.
did you
What?
catch them calling Ray the greatest mask of all
Oh
time?
yeah, they kept saying that.
Is that his new
I guess they're
gimmick?
trying to get that over. I guess so.
Like,
Maybe they're trying to brand it or something.
the greatest mask? Like, why can't they say like the greatest like luchador or something? I guess they make luchadors out to be geeks, because luchadors are always jobbers when they're on the E.
Mhm.
So I
And they're
guess.
always midgets too.
Well,
Uh,
I don't know if you've seen Ray lately, but he's not very tall.
no, not at all. Uh, yes.
Okay, so we're on to Bailey and Sasha versus Naya and Tamina. Bailey and
Yeah, they don't have a
Sasha.
team name, so
Yeah.
I gave them the team name the Fat Samoans. I felt
Well,
like that was appropriate.
I think it was Beth who said the Wrecking Balls, Naya
Fucking
and
Beth.
Tamina. So
Yeah,
she,
Beth was out here for some reason.
yeah, she didn't get an entrance, but she was out there. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Bailey has a big ass still. Naya's just big. I swear she gets fatter every time I see
yeah,
her.
the Bailey. Okay, so the Bailey Sasha entrance was very typical of them. They were shaking it and all that. And then the Nia and Tamina entrance happens, and they put on some weight for this match. There's no other way. Like, Tamina doesn't usually look that fat, but she was looking super fat. And we all remember the match where Nia's ring gear was like completely see through or whatever, and
Ugh.
now she has ring gear where like all of her features are completely blocked by like these graphics on it. So
Yeah,
She,
sadly, she still looks like a bag of cottage cheese, though. So
I think she's still. I think she got extra bloated for this match, and they had to improvise and like
I don't think it was just for this match. I think
change her
she just
gear up.
got extra big.
I mean, I haven't
She's
watched.
bulking up.
I didn't watch Elimination Chamber, so this was my first pay per view since whatever pay per view was before Elimination Chamber.
It would be the Royal Rumble.
Okay, yeah. So maybe she put on some WrestleMania season pounds. I don't know.
I guess so. But yeah, it was a match. We had Beth Phoenix for some reason. Also, they got rid of Tamina's awesome theme song.
Yeah, and they both come out to. I'm not like most girls. I eat everything
Tamina's
in
got
my
a
vision.
Tamina's got a theme song, but it didn't play when Nia came out. Nia gets to play her own theme song down to the ring.
Yeah, to me no, to
Yeah,
me no.
they got rid of that.
I mean, it pretty much made her into a jungle wrestler, which I don't know if that was the
She's
message they were trying to get across.
she might as well be a jungle wrestler. She's awful, and she shouldn't have a job, but she does.
I think she's better than Nia.
Well, that's not saying much.
I'm just saying, like, as far as the hosses of the
I mean, to be fair, I don't think either of them should be employed.
Um, but yeah, we got to see Nia doing all the stuff that we love, like trying to injure the wrestlers to get over. I love that.
Yep, the old face breaker gimmick.
And one of the things I wanted to talk about was Sasha and Bailey's tag team moves. They have this thing where they lock hands and then Sasha will like get on the top rope or Bailey will. It's like the old school from The Undertaker, but like as a tag team, and it makes no freaking sense.
What do they do though? What is the? They just lock hands and she
They
gets
lock
up on
hands,
the ring, or what happens?
she gets up on the ropes, and then like they let go of their hands, but in like a way where it's happening where like Sasha's falling, then she'll let go, and then so it's like it's almost like they're throwing each other into the other wrestlers, but it just looks really awkward.
Okay.
But
I'll
yeah,
have to take your word for it.
Bailey still has a huge ass.
That's true. She does have a huge ass. Sasha's hair kind of looked like Laffy Taffy. She got a new color, and it's still not real hair, but you know, I feel like it was worth mentioning.
Sasha did the jumping knee attack thing.
But,
I
yeah,
like that move.
Bunch of jumping knees.
I like that
Nia
move.
Jax botched a Samoan drop by
How do you
tripping while
botch
picking
that?
up Sasha. Well, she's fat and doesn't have any muscle. So when she picked up Sasha Banks, who weighs about 2 pounds, she just fell down. She wasn't ready for it.
Yeah, there was one point where like Sasha got thrown on top of Bailey or something, and that looked really weird.
When they did the dives?
No, it was like early on in the match when Nia was building momentum. She like threw Bailey into Sasha or something. I don't know.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, it was pretty rough. And then Bailey got nutted on, basically.
Yeah, Nia is not good at wrestling.
Yeah, this was not a very fun match to watch. Whenever I watch Nia, I'm just scared that one of the wrestlers that I don't mind seeing will get completely murdered, and I'll have to see more of just Nia.
Yeah, sadly, I wish like Nia would take a step and all of her weight would shatter her knee or something. That would be pretty cool, but it didn't happen, sadly.
So somehow the match ended.
What happened was Nia went for a power bomb, and Bailey rolled her up for the pin.
Yeah,
and they did the whole kick out on 3 gimmick so that Nia still looks kind of strong on the loss for some reason.
Yeah, because I wasn't watching at that point, and I actually still had the audio on, and I heard that the match ended, and then I switched back, and I was like, Oh wait, maybe Nia just beat them because she's still standing up. But then it was like Bailey and Sasha are still your champions. They're just being Nia and Tamina are being bad sports or something like that. And they just start
But yeah.
beating the hell out of Bailey and Sasha. Sasha gets ragdolled over the announce
Well,
table.
yeah, it's Sasha. She's gonna ragdoll herself. That's just
I mean,
part of her moveset.
I looked the way that she was thrown. She didn't really have an option other than
Oh yeah.
ragdolling herself. So
I mean,
that was nice.
Nia does suck too, so it was probably a mixture of both.
Yeah, it looked like she got thrown over the table with a little bit too much oomph, and
Too much. Damn.
yeah, that's not good. So Sasha wasn't able to, you know, decide how she fell, but it didn't look like she died or anything. Beth Phoenix decides to size up Tamina. I didn't realize how big Beth Phoenix is. I mean, I know I watched her wrestle, but I had forgotten that she is not a small lady, and she was like equal to
She was
Tamina.
called the Glamazon. She had that name for a reason.
Yeah, she made Tamina look like a little bitch, and then like punched her in the face. And then Naya and Tamina beat the hell out of the Glamazon, and then Natty came out in these weird clothes. I don't like. Was she working out or?
Yeah, you guess. I don't know. I think she was just chilling.
She had
I think she probably had the tap out gear that they all wear. That's probably what it was.
Yeah, because Rhonda also did the same thing later. They like come in wearing clothes that they would wear like around the house or something. I thought if you go to a pay-per-view, you at least dress up, even if you're not wrestling, out of respect for the performers. But they were wearing like freaking nothing. Like it wasn't even like Natalia had her own shirt on. It was like this weird see-through shirt.
Jericho that they either wear business casual, or since they signed that deal with Tap Out, they can wear tap out gear, which is why you see like Kevin Owens walking around wearing just like the gym pants and the t-shirt backstage. He's a big fan of Tap Out, being the big boy that he is.
Yeah, I mean, I don't really know as far as if what Natalia was wearing was tap out, but I know that Ronda wasn't wearing tap out later on.
Well, she's Ronda. She can wear whatever the hell she wants.
But yeah, so Natalia got completely destroyed within half a second. She didn't get any offense in. Mainly because
an absolute geek.
Yeah, mainly because Nia did like the people's elbow in this really weird way where it seemed like she was mocking The Rock. Or she did a people's leg drop, but that's weird because The Rock's her cousin. So
wait, what made it the people's leg drop?
She did the thing with the elbows, like when you stand over, the Rock stands over the person and then he like throws his elbow pad off.
Yeah.
She did that without throwing the elbow pad off because she doesn't have any elbow pads. But she had like her tongue out looking like she was epically trolling everyone in the audience. Pretty odd because I thought The Rock was her cousin, so she'd probably not want to disrespect one of the biggest moves that he has.
She already disrespects The Rock by being fat instead of a muscle machine.
Yeah, so she was doing a leg drop, and then Tamina wanted to do the signature Jimmy Snuka girlfriend killer move off the top rope.
Oh, shit.
And, yeah, that's when Natty came out, and she broke it up, but she still got owned.
Alright. We've been talking way too long about the stupid match. It was literally nothing. It was boring as hell. It was a women's tag match.
And then Nia and Tamina were told to leave because they were being really mean to everybody.
Yes, they were indeed told to leave.
Yeah, they were like, please leave these performers alone. You've overstayed your welcome.
Yes, just like this match overstayed its welcome.
And then Tamina was all like, don't do that to me, dude. I want to beat him up. But the refs are really intimidating, so they still threw her out.
Mm-hmm. Triple threat
And then
WWE title
Nia was
match.
all like, "Oh, okay, go on."
Mustafa Ali was added in Kofi's place. And then obviously we have KO and Daniel Bryan. Mustafa Ali was booed because he is not. Uh, what's his face? I forgot his name already.
Kofi
Kofi
Kingston.
Kingston.
He's not Kofi Kingston.
Yeah. Um, but Mustafa Ali is a good wrestler, however, so the match was pretty good. We got some "We Want Kofi" chants, of course. The hemp belt has its own graphic before
Oh
the
yeah,
match when the
that was
belt
awesome.
flashes on the screen. Yeah, I really liked that. And I also noticed that there was a guy dressed as Roman Reigns, but with Super Saiyan hair in the crowd.
Oh shoot.
So that guy's a beast. Um, got Owens and Ali working together for some of the match, but then also locking up and holding each other for a lot of it. We got more Kofi chants.
Let me remind you that Kevin Owens stayed at home for 5 months with his family, and all he saw was Daniel Bryan throwing the belt away.
Throwing the belt away. Is that really all he saw?
Yeah, that's what Michael Cole would say at least 5 times during the match and the whole story of Kevin Owens coming back and being a babyface now because Daniel Bryan was condescending to people and he threw the belt away.
Why would he do that?
Really awful stuff. I mean, and can you imagine Kevin Owens having to be with his stupid family for 5 months? Like, wow, dude, that's a moving story. I love Kevin Owens.
Yep. He is a very captivating character. Each wrestler had their own style, which is pretty much what they used throughout the match. We got Kevin Owens brawling. We got Bryan doing his kicks and his wrestle crap, And Ali doing his flippy shit. That's pretty much what everybody did throughout the match, just doing it with different people. We got a drop kick from the top from Ali, who was on the top rope, and he drop kicked what's his name, Daniel Bryan outside.
Daniel Bryan, yeah, drop kicked Mustafa Ali outside, and it looked like Mustafa died.
Oh yeah, I think he did die actually.
Well, okay, so I thought it was a botch at first because I thought that my boy Mustafa Khan, I thought he hit his head on the barricade, but Mustafa Osama actually just hit his shoulder.
Mustafa Osama.
Yeah, and then
Yeah, he
Mustafa
did not
bin
die.
Laden would come back later in the match.
Uh,
What?
our boy Owens hit a stunner on Ali as a homage to his mentor of sorts, Stone Cold Steve Austin. Sadly, that was broken up by Bryan. We got a nice power bomb to Bryan, but he kicked out at 2. Owens took a bump on the apron, and Bryan kneed the post because he's an idiot. Where Ali hit a 450 to Bryan on the apron.
Oh yeah, that
Then
was
starts
awesome.
immediately stripping his clothes off for some reason, to which our boy Kevin Owens does a flip. Our boy Ali goes for a Rana, but he backflips and does a tornado DDT to Bryan.
Oh yeah, that's a good move.
Ali goes for a springboard crossbody. Bryan knees him and wins.
Yeah, it was a really nice knee. He caught him in midair. It's kind of like the RKO out of nowhere, but it was a knee out of nowhere. And yeah, like Mustafa just completely like he like crumbled. You heard all of his bones snap as he hit the mat. It was very brutal.
Yeah.
I liked Daniel in this match the most because he would set someone up and then he would slap them and then yell, "You don't deserve to be here," and that was
Yeah.
awesome. And he
It's kind
also
of
did
the
that.
pot calling the kettle black.
Yeah, he also did that at the beginning of the match when the bell rang. He was shooting hard on both of them.
Oh
Um,
yeah, he's a real shooter, that's for sure.
I would have liked more though if when he was beating up on Kevin Owens if he just repeatedly called him fat, but he didn't do that.
Damn,
I mean, he alluded to that because
he did. That's something
during
about
one of his
pancakes.
promos, yeah, he was like, "You have the guy who throws out copious amounts of pancakes replaced by the guy who eats copious amounts of pancakes." And yeah, so I was hoping for some good fat shaming during the match, but I didn't get that. I thought this was probably the most solid match on the card, um, mainly because, I mean, Eric Rowan did get involved, but we all knew he was going to get involved, but at least, like, the finish wasn't completely wonky, and there was some cool moves throughout the match.
Oh yeah, I love cool moves.
Yeah,
Definitely an assortment of moves.
yeah,
After
it
this,
was good.
we had the Becky versus Charlotte match.
Oh, jeez.
This was a nothing match. Charlotte attacked Becky's leg because Becky is still limping for like the third month in a row.
Okay,
Um,
we need to talk about this because I'm tired of this Becky bullcrap.
all right, what are you tired of?
First things first. Okay, so we all saw Becky get her face shattered and be a bloody mess
By
and
Nia Snacks.
basically die in the middle of the ring, but kept hitting dudes with chairs and all that shit, and then like stood at the top of the stairs going into the crowd with her whole face looking like it had just gotten completely ruined, and she most likely had a pretty severe concussion after all of that. She was back in what, 3 weeks or something? Not even.
Um, it was like 3 or 4 weeks, yeah.
And then we have Charlotte beat the hell out of her leg, and then she's like permanently hobbled for like 2 months. Like, it's cool. What I was hoping for is that she was faking the injury the whole time. A classic Shawn Michaels move.
Yeah, I was hoping so too, but
That would have been cool, but they weren't thinking that clearly, I guess, and they just managed to make Becky look like a total geek.
she did look like a geek. Yeah, the thing about that is that her breaking her face and standing up with all the blood, that was a shoot. Meanwhile, this is all stuff written by Mr. Vince McMahon, and he's insane and out of touch, so that could have something to do with it.
I did think it was kind of weird how mic'd up Charles was at the beginning of the match. Like,
Well, they mic'd her up so that you could know, oh, hey, she's taunting her, she's the bad guy.
yeah, she's all like,
Oh,
"Oh,
you don't deserve it.
Becky, you gotta do better than that, Becky, you dumb bitch." She was just, it was very annoying. You know, I don't like Charles. I'm not gonna act like she's a good wrestler, and people can say she's good. I think she's trash. Um, so yeah, this match sucked, and then the ending of it was even worse. Um, you know, it is some really good camera work, which was nice. I liked seeing the. I think it was accidental though. So yeah, so basically they were beating each other up for a while. Mainly Becky was getting owned, and then Becky was in the figure four, which has no power because it's Charlotte.
It was the figure eight. Thank you very much.
No, I'm saying when it's in the figure four, it's like no big deal.
Oh,
It's only when she puts it in the figure eight is when
Cranks
you
up
can
to the
tap
eight.
out. So, She was in the 4, and then she's turning it into the 8. And in the distance, you see this, I don't know, this slender woman like thing, this creature running at full speed. And it's like, wait, what is that? And then it's like, oh shit, it's Ronda Rousey.
Oh, girl, Honda Housey. She attacks Becky. Becky wins by disqualification. She's going to Mania.
And I bet you at Mania, Becky will still be hobbled.
You never know.
She'll probably still
I
have
feel
a
like
crutch.
they'll have the actual match then.
I mean, I'm just saying she's going to be selling her knee the whole time, and then she's going to end up winning. But, yeah, this is the other storyline that I was talking about that's exactly like Kofi's. Like, for them to do 2 of these at the same time, I mean, I think they weren't expecting the Kofi thing to go off like it did, so they're just, like, taking advantage. I mean, I don't want to act like it's a foregone conclusion that Kofi and Becky are both winning. I could honestly see Charlotte winning after this, but I think Kofi will win, or at least I hope he would win.
Yeah. Be kind of silly for him not to win.
Yeah, so, yeah, my biggest gripe with this match is that it didn't need to happen. I mean, Becky did win the Royal Rumble. She shouldn't have to fight to get into the Royal Rumble. They could have just set it up from the beginning that because if they really need Charles in the match because Becky wasn't really supposed to be in the Royal Rumble, they could have just said, well, both of you can go. And then it would have been like, okay, we have a triple threat at WrestleMania. But instead they wanted to do the whole, oh no, they're ganging up on the man. The man's gotta be a badass. Which she did do the whole Kill Bill thing, which is cool.
They've got a bunch of TV and pay-per-views to fill, dude.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just tired of Charlotte and Becky fighting each other. So I'm hoping after this pay-per-view, maybe we can get some matches with people that aren't Becky and Charlotte, and maybe not Nia Jax either. That would be amazing.
That'd be awesome, dude. Next match we had was The Shield versus the 3 dudes, McIntyre, Bobo, and Baron Corbin.
Okay, I need to be caught up on this one, because when I was watching this match, I didn't realize that Baron Corbin is no longer a jobber.
Yeah, they gave him a bunch of wins and gave him a little mini push for a while he was the GM of Raw. Sadly, he sucked and the ratings went down, which was not good.
Well, I remember him being on the show for like an hour and a half of the 3 hours, but I don't remember him being able to be at the power level to kick out of a Superman punch, which he did in the match. I thought the match was weird just because they made the Shield look really weak throughout the whole thing. But the Shield ultimately got their shit in. And yeah, I thought the match picked up as it went on. They had this whole stretch where Dino and Seth Eddy were like out in the crowd freaking brawling Drew and Bobo. And that was cool. Seth jumped off of a thing onto them. Probably takes him back to his Ring of Honor days, I'm sure. Roman looked pretty good in the ring. Let me remind you that this is his first time being in the ring for 5 months, because he had cancer. Oh,
He did have cancer. That is a shoot.
yeah, speaking of that, though, while they were doing the entrances and they were all like standing, getting ready to get in the ring, Michael Cole said Roman Reigns was out for 5 months because of the cancer, and then paused slightly and then said Dean Ambrose. So I don't know if he's trying to send a message here that Dean Ambrose is cancer, but it was pretty unlucky phrasing for Michael Cole. Like, you can go back and watch it. He does say the cancer Dean Ambrose, which I might want to record and use as a soundbite in the future.
Go do it, dude. Go snag it right now.
I'm not gonna do it right now. I'm saying later in the
All right.
future.
Yeah, I thought this was a real fun match. We got the classic Shield entrance. They did all the classic, awesome tag team moves. It was just kind of a basic tag match at the beginning, but then the heels started getting a little wild and rambunctious. Started trying to gang up on the Shield boys. We had our boy Bobo spearing Ambrose and that getting broken up by Reigns. We had Ambrose getting hit by a lot of moves actually. Uh, he got hit by a Claymore sent to the outside, and the three dudes surrounded Ambrose. It's kind of like one of those blacked videos.
Oh, jeez.
And sadly, Seth, Eddie, and Roman were down on the outside, on the other side of the ring. But Ambrose fought his way, and he made it back into the ring. Still isolated, however, on the heels side. But the big dog was on the ring apron. He gets the hot tag. He starts running wild, brother. The big dog does a drive-by to Corbin, and we get two dives from Ambrose and Rollins to Lashley and McIntyre. You know, they do their double Shield dive.
Oh,
Roman was
yeah.
going for a dive, but that jabroni Baron Corbin hits him with a deep six out of nowhere.
Oh, yeah, that was epic, dude. Deep six.
Uh, Lashley and McIntyre were beating up on our boy Seth. So our boy Dino jumps off the table and saves his brother, sending them brawling to the outside.
Yeah, they were out there in the jungle, dude. They were freaking doing some Ring of Honor spots. Everybody was chanting, "This is awesome" at this point. I believe we
Oh
had
yeah.
like a full-on "This is awesome" chant. And yeah, that was pretty cool. It left Baron Corbin and Roman Reigns in the ring alone while the other two were out beefing in the crowd, which I thought, okay, Roman's winning this right now, but that didn't happen at all. They were
Nope.
actually fighting like they were of equal strength, which is where I started really wondering what the hell was going on, because Baron Corbin is not of equal strength. I just feel like he doesn't even fit in with his group. You know, you got two specimen in Bobby Lashley and Drew McIntyre, like 0% body fat, freaking hosses who let all their muscles show, and they're like big as hell, you know. And then you got skinny fat Doomer Corbin.
He's definitely a doomer.
Yeah, he's like probably chain smokes cigarettes. He doesn't have a good enough hairline, so he had to shave his whole head.
So sad. So did Dean, to be fair, though.
He goes to metal concerts alone on Breaking
Alone.
Ground, and he's all like, "I just
So
do this
sad.
to get away from the dudes, man. I sometimes just need some space on the road."
Get away from the boys.
Yeah, so he's a complete, like, he doesn't fit in. For some
An
reason,
outcast.
yeah, for some reason, Braun Strowman, like, fucked Stephanie or something, so he's getting buried right now. But I believe he would be the perfect third man for that group.
Yeah, sadly, he's a face, so it wouldn't really make sense.
Well, it's not like right after or right before Roman had cancer, he was a bad guy, and then the night that Roman came down with cancer, he was a good guy again. So he could just
Yeah, they don't know
slide
what they're
right
doing with
back
that
in
guy.
there.
He's gonna be the new Big Show, flip flopping like it's nothing.
Yeah, so anyway, so Roman and Baron are brawling it out. Um, Roman lands the Superman punch. Baron no sells it. Very sad. You know, it must be the leukemia kind of took some power away from his Superman punch.
Oh
And
yeah, we he goes for a Superman punch. He reverses it into a choke slam, and
oh
then that gets
yeah,
reversed into a Superman punch.
yeah, it was very odd. Um, the biggest thing that stuck out is once all the boys from the outside got back near the ring, Baron Corbin did his finishing maneuver.
The end of days.
Yeah, he did the end of days to Roman, and Roman was not moving, so he sold it like he would have lost if the Shield boys didn't break up the pin, which they did by jumping over the top rope, and Ambrose hit Corbin, but Rollins just kind of like just missed him, so he just looked like a freaking retard.
He was trying to save the pin, you know.
Yeah, he
You
couldn't
gotta at
make
least
it though.
try, even if you're too far away.
Well,
And
I believe that Seth could have made that dive. He's just too busy staying up all night on atheist message boards.
sending dick pics to his Nazi girlfriends.
He's not focused. So he missed the dive, which I'm sure he's beating himself up about right now as we speak. 'Cause
Hmm.
Seth is a perfectionist, you know. He hates when he fails.
That's
He's
true.
never happy.
Yeah, so Roman starts handing out some Superman punches and gets hits with the end of days. I don't know if this was the pin, but at some point Baron Corbin rolls him up and he spanks him. I don't know. Maybe he was just trying to get a little frisky with Mr. Roman Reigns.
Yeah, he's
But
like,
it gets broken up.
welcome back to the ring, big dog." Freaking start spanking him.
Yep.
That's a
We
little
got
thing
the
that they do in the back, you know. That's like a inside the locker room kind of joke. He's like, "I'm gonna get you in the ring tonight, Roman." And Roman's like, "Believe that," and then he did it. So
Is that some insider info?
yeah, I'm pretty close with Eric Young. Eric Young happened to be in the room when this happened, and he let
Yeah,
me
why
know.
Eric Young?
I don't
Oh,
know. Me and Eric Young, we met a while ago. It was like a couple years ago. I was at Target and I saw Eric Young there, and I was like, "Oh my God, is that Eric Young?" And he's like, "Well, usually people don't recognize me because I was on TNA and stuff, and nobody really cares about me. But I always appreciate my fans, and so yeah, we started talking and stuff, and yeah, so now I got a source on the inside, basically."
so our boys, the three dudes, clear tables, and they're gonna go for the power bomb on Reigns,
The
but
Shield power
Ambrose.
bomb.
Yep, Ambrose is not having any of that shit.
Yeah.
Rollins proceeds to stomp Lashley on the table, execution style, you know, like we're back in the
Yeah,
eighteen
why is Seth seeking out curb stomp? He didn't curb stomp
hundreds.
anyone else in the match, just Lashley.
He just loves to curb stomp the black people. What can I say? Uh, they beat down on McIntyre, power bombs his ass through the table, causing the crowd to chant one more time. The Shield surround the ring for Corbin, and we get a "This is awesome" chant. They super kick him, they Superman punch him, and Dirty Deeds all in a row. And then Rollin says, he says, "Let's do this," and then the screen blanks. He
Yeah.
said, Benoit.
No,
Nah.
what he really said was like, let's do this one last
Oh
motherfucking
yeah.
time. Which, if he said mother freaking, I would have marked out, but he missed the opportunity.
No, he was marking out for himself right there.
Yeah, he's a mark for himself.
They
Uh,
set up for the triple power bomb. They do the ooh wah.
did you catch Drew McIntyre's ooh ah earlier? It was pretty cool.
I did not. I
He
did
did
not
the
see
ooh
that,
ah
sadly.
when they were trying to do a shield power bomb on whoever. But yeah,
They hit the triple power bomb. They win the match. Roman gets the pin, and they all embrace in the ring.
yeah. Seth, I thought Seth was gonna start crying again,
Oh
but
yeah, I thought he was too.
he looked a little bummed, but he wasn't about to cry. They do the three fists or whatever the hell they call that.
Yeah, they fisted each other.
Yeah, they
They did the shield, fist bump thing.
they
That
all put their shields in the middle
Rollins
of
looked at
the.
his fist for like a solid minute before slowly putting it out. And of course, he sat there for another 30 seconds before Ambrose and Roman joined him,
Yeah,
and we went off the air.
Dino was doing this weird thing with his other arm where he was like celebrating with his other arm while it was kind of weird, but
Oh
yeah,
yeah.
so Michael Cole said somehow this became an end of an era match. I don't know when the fuck that happened, but the last couple of
Well,
minutes it was like,
this is the
this is
last
the end of
Shield
the
match,
era. Well,
the
I
Shield era,
yeah,
because
before they were calling
Ambrose
it.
is leader.
Yeah, but before they were like, this is the Shield's last ride, which was also really weird because, none of them have a biker gimmick, but um,
That's true.
they were just coming up with stuff on the fly, and then they went the Triple H Undertaker route and said end of an era. Uh,
This will be the end of an era.
yeah, so this is the end of the Shield. It started in
For now, at least.
2012, and it lasted until 2019 on and off.
Yeah.
Um, Yeah, I
Did you
mean,
shed a tear, Lambent?
I think Dino will be back before the year is over, so I did not shed a tear. I don't think this is actually the end of anything. Um, I think I think Roman's gonna go back into being the top guy, except he will be over now because he's a cancer survivor, and you can't boo a cancer survivor. And then I think Seth Eddy will also win at Mania probably, and
He's not gonna do the old job ski on the way out.
I don't think so.
All right, I guess we'll see.
And then Dino's gonna take a break and come back. I don't see Dino, like, if Dino wants to be a wrestler, he's gonna be in the E. He's not going anywhere else. Where else would he go?
AEW, Ring of Honor,
Like,
CZW if you want some crack.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, you really wanna downgrade.
You never know, dude.
Um, but yeah, Seth is winning at Mania. Roman's gonna win at Mania. Whatever the hell they
He's
do with
probably gonna
him.
face like Baron Corbin or somebody.
I really hope this is the end of Baron Corbin. I'm
It's
tired of him. Uh, yeah, this whole show is about, I don't know, like maybe a 2.5 out of 5. Um,
a 2.5 out of 5.
yeah, I'd say it's
I'd say that's an okay score.
yeah. I don't think it was terrible, but
Wasn't
I'm
like the best show of all time.
yeah, I'm
It was
excited.
okay.
I'm excited for after WrestleMania.
Why
Uh,
after WrestleMania?
because I'm really hoping some of these storylines get put to
Wrapped
death.
up.
Yeah, they
No,
just
that's not what happens. WrestleMania is like the beginning of storylines now, or the midpoint,
well, we've been
because
dealing with
uh, they've got to have feuds for Backlash too, and coming out with new feuds is too hard. So
we've been dealing with Becky versus Charlotte for way too long. I am
Yeah, who
excited
is
for
she
the
supposed to defend the title against?
I'm excited for the AJ Styles Randy Orton
Oh
feud
yeah,
because that
that's
was
gonna be
hinted
good.
at during this show.
We'll have Brian Kofi. Kofi will probably win that. Um, Asuka will face somebody, I guess. Yeah, we have the women's match main eventing.
We'll have Ricochet versus Johnny Gargano in a best of 5 falls match and featuring special referee Tommaso Ciampa and special guest announcers
Tommaso Ciampa will not be there. He just had neck surgery. He's not allowed to wrestle.
Oh wait, he got hurt.
Yes, neck injury.
Special guest commentary team, the Undisputed Era, will be there too.
Yep. It will be quite the night.
Wait, so when did Ciampa get hurt?
It's just a neck injury. It's happened over time. He just needs surgery and will be out for a while. Quite a while.
That's cool, because he just got called up, so that's really good
Yeah.
timing. Where's
Well, he
Sami
was also
Zayn?
still the champion too. Well, Sami Zayn, he's chilling.
I thought he was coming
Probably in
back.
catering.
They said he was coming back.
Maybe he'll be like Dino's match at Mania or something. Who knows?
Yeah, Sammy, Mustafa, Osama, because
Yeah,
he's a Muslim too. So
and they are both Muslims. That's true.
yeah, Sammy Al Qaeda. That's his new nickname. Okay, so what's
Alright.
your rating out of 5?
2.5.
You just copied me, so
I did just copy
I'm
you.
changing your score to 2 out of 5.
Okay, that's fine. It
But
was okay.
yeah, I'm looking forward to watching more WWE in the future. I gotta say.
WWE. Yeah, me too. Alright,
Okay,
can we end the show already?
okay, audience. Thanks for joining us. I hope you didn't miss Colin. He doesn't miss any of you. He even told us that he hates everyone that listens to the show, and that he hopes that anyone who's spent time listening to BTW in the past dies in a horrible car accident. So be safe, guys. I don't know what got into Colin. I hope he comes back soon. But yeah, for the most part, as far as our pay-per-view, talking about old pay-per-view stuff, that'll be on hiatus while we wait for Colin to get his shit together. And Camel and I will be taking on all modern wrestling content. We're coming for you, Adam Pacitti, and who are the other guys? Uh, uh, Not Simon Miller though. That guy's a beast. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. Okay, thanks for watching, guys. We'll talk to you later. All right. Yep, you too. All right, bye, guys.